Sacrifice is a word that we use to describe some sort of renunciation or the giving up of something valuable in order that something more valuable could be obtained. And frequently that sacrifice is made willingly, and in that way becomes, in a way, a sense of self-actualization. Now, a person who is ready to engage in and who's called to self-sacrifice understands that life is full of trade-offs between benefits and costs. We make 1,000 choices every day, and each one is a bargain in which the brain weighs the expected benefits of that sacrifice against the expected costs. Now, the tricky thing is that our brain routinely overestimates the benefits of things that are bad for us, broadly defined, and the costs of things that are good. So in this meditation, we're going to try to become more aware of the little choices we make, but what we will and will not do during the course of a day that might be considered a sacrifice. We'll be slowing things down in our minds and unpacking these trade-offs to be more aware of the anticipated benefits and costs that drive them. So we'll be looking at the carrots that we chase compulsively to a fault and the sticks that we needlessly run from because we don't take into account the long-term benefits, since our brains are wired for short-termism. So when you're ready, taking a comfortable posture, whether sitting or lying down, whatever works best for you. And just scanning briefly through our body to notice any obvious areas of tension, maybe giving that area a stretch or adjusting your posture so that you feel comfortable. And the invitation is to close your eyes or to soften your gaze, whatever works best for you. And whenever you're ready, taking 1 or 2 deep breaths, the deepest breaths you've taken all day. Inhaling peace and calm, and exhaling any tension. I'm just taking 1 or 2 more, and then returning to your regular breathing pattern. And now taking a moment to think of a desire, a carrot that's been an issue for you. So it might be ice cream or alcohol or a desire for approval at work or maybe acceptance at home. Just think of a carrot that you've been chasing. And when you have one, asking yourself, are the expected benefits of chasing this carrot really that good? Really try to feel them in your body. How strong are they? How long lasting are they? And what price might you pay later on? Now, getting creative, think of maybe a better way to get those same benefits, or maybe even better benefits, doing something completely different. And if your mind wanders, just noting that and Gently bringing it back to the question of what's a carrot you chase to a fault? Are the benefits of catching that carrot really that good? How strong are the benefits? How long lasting are the benefits? And what are the longer term costs of those benefits later on? And then, are there any other, maybe better ways to get those benefits, or even better benefits, doing something else? Now choosing a stick that you run from, some sort of block that you find very challenging. So it could be asserting yourself, or speaking in public, or avoiding the gym. Just ask yourself, are the expected costs of that challenge or block really that bad? So how uncomfortable and how long would you feel uncomfortable if you were to engage in that something that's been a block for you? How could you cope with that discomfort? Would you survive? Now, how would you feel about pushing past that short-term fear? What are the other rewards that might come to you? And if your mind has wandered, not to worry, just returning to the question of, think of a challenge that's a block or a barrier to benefits, whether it's learning to swim or learning to drive, or a fear of a certain kind of animal. Just ask, if you were to overcome that fear, would the costs really be that bad? How bad would they be, and how long would they be? And how could you cope or mitigate those costs, or reduce them, or maybe even eliminate them? How could you make sure you survive the experience? And then how would you feel about yourself finally pushing through this block that you've had? And what would be the rewards that that would unlock for you? Now think about these or some other calculated risk benefit decisions that you make, and see if you can think of a carrot you've been chasing to a fault that might be quite hollow and costly, and a stick that you run from, even though it's just a paper tiger. And really open up to the feeling in your body of the positive experience you gain when you find a better benefit or overcome a fear. just resting in that feeling for another half minute or so. And then we'll close with a bell.